May we request the brand representatives to take the dais, please. Requesting Shri SNQS Ilangovan sir, Tesco Mr. Gopal sir, Very Group Mr. Sendil, ETI Mr. Alok Singh to take the dais, please. So welcome brand representatives. To make the win-win situation, the moderator of the session will be Shri V. Ilangovan sir.
I have a great pleasure in welcoming the brands, especially Mr. Gopal from Tesco, who has been very enthusiastic about this HR conclave, and Mr. ETI, Mr. Alok Singh from ETI, who has been instrumental in conducting this conclave, and I welcome Mr. Sendil from Very Group. I think the context of this panel discussion should be what the brands, what does the brand expect and their perspective, from their perspective, from the HRs. Thank you. I think let us start with Gopal.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me congratulate TSF and T for organizing such a wonderful program. It's one of its kind. You can't see these anywhere in the India or in the world also, because I'm not saying this for the stage purpose. It's very difficult to bring so many different stakeholders from the industry together. And this is not the first time T or TSF has done this. Multiple times I've been part of this program multiple times, bringing everybody together for one cause that we have to grow together. So congratulations to the entire team for working on this. My name is Gopal. I am from Tesco. Tesco is a UK retailer, and we are sourcing from this region as well. And I have two simple points to talk about. We all, as an industry, we've learned a lot. I'll kind of switch from English to Tamil also. எல்லாருக்கும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும் என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படிங்கிறது நிறைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கு. நம்ம எதுவும் புதுசாகவும் சொல்ல போறதில்லை. மார்னிங் செஷன்ல நிறைய பேர் பேசிட்டாங்க என்ன பண்ணணும் என்ன தேவைப்படுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. எங்க சைட்ல பிராண்ட் சைட்ல இருந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பாயிண்ட் வந்து ரீஅஷூரன்ஸ் அண்ட் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ். நிறைய ஆடிட்ஸ் ஆஃப்டர் ஆடிட்ஸ். ஆனஸ்டா சொல்லணும்னா பர்சனலா எனக்கும் பிடிக்காது ஆடிட் ஆஃப்டர் ஆடிட்ஸ். ஏன்னா நமக்கு ரிசோர்ஸ் ஆன் த கிரவுண்ட் இருக்கும்போது why should we continue to do the audits? நம்ம எதிர்பார்க்கறது எல்லா பிராண்ட்ஸுமே எதிர்பார்க்கறது என்னன்னா ரீஅஷூரன்ஸ். சார் நீங்க வர தேவையில்ல, நாங்களே எல்லாத்தையும் பண்ணிக்கோன்ற அந்த நம்பிக்கையை கொடுக்கணும். அந்த நம்பிக்கை வந்து வாயில மட்டும் சொன்னா போதாதில்லை. See, we can say lot of things in our words. அதை எப்படி ஆக்ஷன்ல அஷூரன்ஸ் கொடுக்க முடியும்? See, you don't want somebody from Delhi to take a flight and come and tell you these are the 3 issues in your factory. We don't want, no. அவங்க சொன்ன உடனே இமிடியேட்டாவே நமக்கே தெரியும் என்ன இஷ்யூன்றது. அது என் கருத்துல இருந்து நான் என்ன எதிர்பார்ப்பேன்னா, அவங்க சொல்ற அந்த 3 விஷயத்த நீங்க போய் உங்க இன்டர்னல் ஆடிட் ஒரு 1 வீக் முன்னாடி கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, இல்ல 2 வீக்ஸ் முன்னாடி கண்டக்ட் பண்ண உங்க இன்டர்னல் ஆடிட் ரிப்போர்ட்டை கொண்டு வந்து, சார் தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் ஃபார் ஹைலைட்டிங் தீஸ் 3 issues, பட் பி அஷ்யூர்ட் ஐ ஹவ் ஆல்சோ கேப்சர்ட் தீஸ் இன் மை இன்டர்னல் ஆடிட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பாருங்க. அவங்களுடைய ரியாக்ஷனை பாருங்க. The first thing is the trust builds. நீங்க உடனே versus அது இல்லாம oh thank you for highlighting this, I will take action. But that's not something that brands expect. What we are expecting is, are you top of your game or not? அதுதான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்றது. That's what reassurance is all about. இங்க பாருங்க, நீங்க சொன்ன 3 விஷயத்துல 2 விஷயம் இந்த டேட்ல I have captured it already. We are working on it. I am showing you an email that I have sent it to my MD or the approval or PO purchase. It could be anything. அப்ப என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, over the period, let's say after 3 audits or 4 audits, I will say, you know what, these people are very capable. They can handle their factory. I no need to waste my energy and resource. Either I should work on to build their program to next level, or I will go to a factory that needs my support. I don't want to waste my time in a factory that has more capable people. So that's the first and foremost reassurance. And one of the other way to give a reassurance to brands is how effective is your grievance channel. Grievance channel, even committee meetings, what we're expecting is, we all know there are issues comes up. And I'm talking about majority of the industries are very good. There are few industries that needs to step up as well in terms of the grievance mechanism. Just bring those grievance register and show them that these are the grievance I've received so far. This is the action I'm taking. That's it. There will be lapses, there will be misses. Today I go and do a verification, somebody else comes, they will give a different point. But the moral of the story is that, are you able to overall able to take control of the manufacturing, take care of the worker, take care of the production. That's it. That's what we're expecting. The second point that I had to mention is about what I am expecting HR to do. Build business cases to justify your points to your business leaders. Let's say somebody wants to do something for, maybe let's say that I have a child care center, crush. Child care center இருக்குது, அதை நான் ஃபங்க்ஷனலாக வைக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு போய் ஓனர்கிட்ட சொல்கிறதுக்கும், ஓனர்கிட்ட சொன்னாலும் சரி, இல்லை உங்கள் எம்டி சிஓ யாருக்கிட்ட தான் சொல்லலாம். பட் ஆர் யூ கோயிங் வித் ஆல் த ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ் அனலைஸ்ட்? பிஸ்னஸ் கேஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, நம்ம பேசும்போது கூட many people have mentioned, do you have data to tell your business leader why is it important? What will be the return on investment? We all know what is ROI, right? Return on investment. If I invest 100 rupees, how is it benefiting the worker? In turn, how is it benefiting my business? We are not a charity, right? It's a business entity. Can you build a business case to say, okay, sir, இன்னைக்கு நீங்க இந்த கிரஷ் ஃபெசிலிட்டியை நல்லா ஃபங்க்ஷனலா நடத்தினா, அதுல ஒரு 50 பேர் குழந்தைய கூட்டு வந்தாங்கன்னா, குழந்தைய பாத்துக்கிற காரணத்தை சொல்லி வேலைக்கு நிக்கிறவங்க குறைஞ்சிடுவாங்க. நாளைக்கு குழந்தை பிறந்தா நான் வேலையை விட்டு போனமேன்றத பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. அப்படிங்கிற எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ், you have to build a data. I'm not talking about, I'm just taking childcare as an example. You can take other issues also, be it migrant workers, strengthening your health and safety mechanism. By strengthening health and safety mechanism, you will stand ahead of your competitors in the industry. That is the way we can give assurance to the brands. Yes, the other person also has the same product as mine, but if you come to me, this is what my ethics and standards. This is how my gender representation is. So, நான் பார்த்ததுல very few, very handful of people வந்து அந்த டேட்டா ட்ரிவன்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணவங்க very handful. இந்த பிசினஸ் கேஸை பில்ட் பண்ணி என் ஓனர் கிட்ட கொண்டு போய், நீங்க you can actually argue with your owner in a right spirit. You are doing the right thing for the company, but can you go with a business case? I want to benefit the workers, but at the same time, this is what will come in return to the factory. So please, let's work on that professional manner, bringing data and strengthening your argument with your owner. You are doing the right thing for your company, in turn right thing for the brands, right thing for everybody around us. That's the main thing I wanted to mention. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Gopal. That was a wonderful perspective from your side. So the bottom line, we think we need you as the factories to take the autonomy of the welfare measures so that audits can be reduced. So I think all the HRs should work towards that. And the second point he mentioned is, you should highlight the return on good practices, especially he gave a very good example about the creche. I think you have highlighted that point very well. Thank you, Gopal. And I request Mr. Senthil from Very to, from his perspective, what he expects from the HRs.
Thank you, sir. First of all, myself, Senthil Prabhu. I am the country manager for the Very Group. It's one of the brand online retailers in the UK. First of all, TSF and the initiative by T is, as I second Gopal in his comment, that this is the first of its kind in this whole universe. So why I would say this is, I would say this is the first starting point of getting into the 100,000 crores business, what we are aiming towards. Tiruppur is always pioneer in all the activities, in sustainable activities. And we eradicated the child labor first, and we eradicated the Sumangali scheme. And so a lot of eradications, lot of developments, and lot of evolvement in Tiruppur, which is we're already pioneering. And this is one of the best example how Tiruppur and South India is pioneering in this whole industry. And thank you for Tiruppur Exporters Association for organizing this. This is one of the great forum. Thanks very much for the trade unions and NGOs for their active participation. And particularly for HR, this is one of the best finer things which we are focusing here is HR. HR is one of the most critical and heart of a factory, which I'll come to the point next. So I would like to connect between the customers and the end, like the workers who make this garment. So we are talking about, as a brands, we are talking about customer connectivity. So how we are going to connect with the customers in terms of price, in terms of product, in terms of availability, and in terms of quality. We are going to connect with the customers. So if we want to really connect with the customers, we really need to connect with the workers in the ground. That is definitely a need. So that key element of connecting with the workers is directly connected to the connection with the customers, which will be definitely done only by the HR team in the factories. So so how we expect this, like, it's all about smiling workforces, what we are going to bring into the factory. So as a commercial person, so I've been evolved from the technical, from the QC to a commercial person. What I am seeing in the factories in other countries in my experience, it's all about smiling workforce. So who can bring the smiling workforce in the factory, which is in the hands of HR, which is definitely, it is up to you who can definitely bring into it. You will have to connect between the workers and the management. So because management is always more focused towards the commercial activities, they are up into the challenges of business increase in this challenging situation of financial crisis in the Western countries. So this is definitely important. So let me put some words in Tamil. நம்ம ஹெச்ஆர் ஆக்டிவிட்டியா இருக்கிறோம், அந்த ஃபேக்டரியில கல்ச்சர் எப்படி நம்ம பில்ட் பண்றோம் அப்படிங்கறத என்னுடைய ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்டா நான் வைக்கிறேன். So how we are building culture inside the factory. So it is all about culture in the factory, smiling workforce. நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ஃபயர் எக்ஸ்டிங்விஷர் வச்சிருக்கிறோம். அந்த ஃபயர் எக்ஸ்டிங்விஷர்ல ஒரு 4 பேர் போட்டோ ஓட்டி இருக்கிறோம். இவங்க தான் ஃபயர் எக்ஸ்டிங்விஷர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. But that person is no more working with this company for almost 2 months or 6 months. But still the photo is in the floor or in the wall. So that actually defines the culture of the factory. So it's, as I said, like, it's very important for HR managers and representatives to bring in the culture inside the factory. This is very important. And again, I second Gopal's point on what is about audit. Audit is not about a checklist. Audit is not about getting it passed. Audit is all about the culture of the factory. You will have to pioneer yourselves inside your factory, and you will have to tell us this is what the system within the brands. Brands, as a brand representative, we are taking some good practices from other countries, other factories, and we are sharing it with your companies. We are not experts in that, but the real expert stands in the ground. It is you. You will have to pioneer yourselves, get trained yourself. Any kind of training requirements that you need in any grounds of HR activities, please approach the brands and your own management, so that we can also support you from our end. So I would end this point. It's for us commercially, as important is the culture inside the factory. Please be a key role in developing the culture of the factory and bring in smiling workforces, so that everybody gets their own smile when they get the end product in the stores or their houses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sendil. I think your insistence on smiling faces will bring in better efficiency in the factories and more profits to the owners of the factories. So I think it's in the hands of the HRs to bring in smiling faces to increase the productivity. Thank you. And now I request Mr. Alok Singh from ETI to say a few words from the perspective of ETI to the HRs.
Thank you, Mr. Elango. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alok Singh, and I represent a UK organization called Ethical Trading Initiative. We are a membership organization, and in terms of our members, we have unions, we have NGOs, and we have global companies which are members. And all three of them, they came together to form the ETI base code, which is what companies they use when they audit the factories. So this code was not developed by Secretariat, but it was developed by members, which were unions, NGOs, and the companies together. Even if you look at the board of ETI, it is a representative board where each of these group, they nominate board members to the board of ETI. So ETI is nothing but a group coming together of NGOs, trade unions, and companies. And this is where I see a parallel in what TSF is trying to do by bringing stakeholders together to lay out path as to how we can resolve some of the challenges that exist for everyone. Even suppliers have their own challenges, workers have challenges, and then how do we leverage on the skill and expertise which unions have, which NGOs have, and then bringing brands into the room. It's all about also sharing the voices of suppliers, manufacturers, some of the concerns that they have, which is what is going to help the industry at this level in Tiruppur. And that is why TSF is not new. It was something which was set up almost 10-12 years back when the whole hostel guidelines were being developed. We have a couple of people who were part of that, Aloysius and others, and it came out with a very good output for everyone to use. And that is why when TSF has been revitalized, it is taking up issues which are of concern to everyone and bringing all the stakeholders together. The unions again today morning highlighting some of the concerns that they have, which needs to be addressed. Similarly, the expertise which NGOs have, which industry can take forward from here. Now, as the theme for this meeting, it's the HR Conclave. Now, this is just the beginning, and the idea is that TSF would be looking at how do we build capacity of the HR managers to look at some of the existing laws, both national as well as international laws. And in that endeavor, we'll be more than happy to support TSF by helping build capacities of the HR managers and HR team. This is also very critical for small and medium size factories, which may not have that level of resource which a bigger factory would have. So somewhere this initiative by TSF is going to help the entire industry as such, and we hope that TSF would launch soon training programs which will benefit everyone, and we'll be happy to support in that effort. Now, if we look at some of the challenges which HR manager or labor welfare officers they have, again somewhere it's the lack of awareness many times, lack of knowledge about the laws, and that is what needs to be done. So right from the recruitment till a worker leaves the factory, what all systems should be in place, that is what needs to be developed and help in terms of having a proper system in place, which will mitigate some of the challenges which come out in terms of grievances for the workers. Grievances are very critical. Now, you may have many grievance recording channels, but until unless a remedy is provided, it will be really, really difficult. And that's where unions and NGOs can come in and support in terms of how the processes should look into when it comes to remediation of any grievance which comes in. So I'm very hopeful that this initiative which has been taken by TSF will go a long way in terms of building the strength of the industry and making Tiruppur much more competitive than what it is already doing. There are a host of things which has been achieved in terms of environment and sustainability. On the social side, we hope we will be doing similar, work which would certainly carve the name for Tiruppur. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think ET has always been a good bridge between the brands and the industry. I'm sure they will take this forward and amplify the good deeds we are doing in Tiruppur to the brands. Thank you.